Hey guys, how y'all doing today? My name is Franchise Fanatic and welcome back to the channel. And today for you guys is another Star Wars video. Today we're tackling kind of a different video. I've never really done this before. I've kind of hinted at it before, but given subtle clues. But now I'm going to be doing a full video of all the Star Wars novels in canon that I own. I'm going to be going through some of them, and I'm not going to spoil them, so don't worry if you haven't read them. That goes being said, do not spoil any of these books because I haven't read them all yet. I'm just kind of showing you my collection, so don't spoil these books if you know what happens. And I won't do the same. I'm going to be going through a few magazines and a few of my books I look through, so yeah, it should be a lot of fun. And yeah, let's check out my Star Wars book collection. So we'll see you guys in 1 second. Alright guys, so here is the first canon. Again, these are all canon Star Wars novels that I own. This is Star Wars Galaxy's Edge, Black Spire. As you can see, I have a bookmark. I'm currently working on it. This is a pretty freaking big book. It's like 500 some pages. This is a sequel to the book Phasma, which we'll cover in a minute, but this is the one that I'm currently working on. Galaxy's Edge, Black Spire. I have been to Galaxy's Edge. I've been to Batuu in Hollywood Studios. It's effing amazing. It's probably one of the best things I've ever done in my life. It's freaking awesome. If you're a massive Star Wars fan like myself. So again, I'm only, I don't know, what is this, chapter 3. So I just started this like 2 days ago, but it's pretty good so far. Again, it's a sequel book, which I'll show you in a second here. But the next book we're going to be talking about is Star Wars Resistance Reborn. This has nothing to do with the one. These are kind of, you know, crazy out of order. Just a little collection. This is the first canon Star Wars book I've ever read. I got this on Hilton Head, and this book is effing amazing, man. It's really good. You got Poe Dameron, Leia, Rey, Finn, Wedge Antilles back there. This book takes place after The Last Jedi and before the Rise of Skywalker. It is, again, canon. It's really good. It kind of shows a lot of the difference between Wedge Antilles, which is kind of cool because he's really in the originals, and then he just kind of shows up in the end of The Rise of Skywalker, but that book kind of details more about him. And then here is Star Wars Phasma. This is the first book, so it goes this, and then it goes it goes this one, so kind of 1, 2. But Phasma, I just finished reading this, I don't know, like 2 days ago, two or 3 days ago, and it was really good. I think this Captain Phasma is probably one of my favorite characters in anything Star Wars. It's really well done. I really do quite enjoy it a lot. You know, Phasma in The Force Awakens and The Last Jedi is kind of not in it too much, kind of like Boba Fett in the originals, but this book really fleshes her out, and if anything, the book made me love her more. You know, she is ruthless, and this book really kind of goes into that idea. Next, we have Star Wars Alphabet Squadron, which is book 1 of the Alphabet Squadron trilogy. I don't think I have book 3. I have book 1 and 2. But thankfully I'm not working on it yet. But yeah, this looks pretty good. You know, I saw the girl and I saw the X-Wing. I'm like, oh, I'll pick it up, you know. So this is essentially basically after the original. A lot of these are after the original trilogy. So the Emperor is, you know, dead, and a lot of cool stuff there. So yeah, pretty good book from what I could see from the cover. It looked interesting to me, so I'll have to read that soon. The next 2 that I have are not novels, but they are in canon, and they are the Jedi Path and the Book of Sith. So of course, Jedi Path is, you know, duh, it's a book about the Jedi. It kind of, you know, it's meant to look like a real used book, which is really cool. There's a lot of, I haven't read the whole thing, but I've read some of it. There's details of it. Kind of shows different, like, writings and scribblings from, like, Ahsoka and Yoda and Anakin and, you know, Kanan and all these guys. So it's kind of cool. Shows you different places within the galaxy, different Jedi stances and all that, yada yada. It's pretty dope. You know, I think it's a pretty cool book. You know, the Jedi are a lot of pretty problematic group, but that is part of the point, you know. If you watch the movies, and the Book of Sith is basically the same thing. You got freaking Sith and, you know, evil guys kind of showing it. A lot of jacked up, really effed up kind of shots. There's a really cool pictures in here. Leviathans and Sith different weaponry and different holocrons and all that stuff. They have incantations. Lots of cool, neat stuff in here. A lot of detailings of the Sith. The book actually kind of shows like a kind of a weird little print. If you can see, there's like little triangles. Kind of like a crazy, creepy book, I guess. You have Mother Talzin from the Night Sisters on the planet Dathomir, which is in the Clone Wars and Jedi Fallen Order, and all that stuff. Pretty cool book. Again, not a novel, but it is very, very awesome. And next, we have Star Wars Dark Legends, which I have not read because I'm working on the Galaxy's Edge book, but this is pretty cool. I thought it wasn't going to be a novel, but it turns out there's an Ithorian. This is also from Galaxy's Edge Batuu, so it's got that same kind of thing. It's a story, basically. Dark Legends is basically a novel that doesn't look like a novel, essentially. I thought it was going to be like this one, like the Book of Sith and all that. Turns out it's not. It's just an actual novel, which, hey, it looks pretty cool. I can't wait to get into it. And it says it was transported from Galaxy's Edge, so apparently when we got it, we ordered it from Batuu in Disney World, Hollywood Studios, which is kind of cool. But we have Star Wars Ahsoka here. This is a book I just got a few days ago, or about a week ago. And again, you know, I'm not reading it, Doug, so I'm reading the other one. But there she is, Ahsoka Tano, and all her, I guess she's not a Jedi at this part, because this is after she leaves the Jedi Order in that Clone Wars episode before Season 7, from what I can imagine. Again, if you have read these books, don't spoil them. They have like these little subsections where they kind of talk about the past, from what I can see, and then it goes to the chapters. Tell me in the comments below if you think that you like books with long chapters or short chapters, because I like them with short chapters, because then you can actually, you know, read them more. That's what I think. I don't know, maybe I'm crazy. But next we have Traveler's Guide to Batuu, which is pretty awesome. Again, this is another Galaxy's Edge book. Very cool. I got it, I think, I didn't get it from Galaxy's Edge, but I don't know if this was transported or whatever, but Explore Batuu, which is really cool. Maybe they'll put Batuu in LEGO Star Wars, the Skywalker Saga. I doubt it, because it's not in the Skywalker Saga, but who knows? It's probably, you know what I mean, it's in the same universe, whatever. The Force, you have People of Black Spire, you have the different animals and different stations. It's kind of cool because they have real pictures from the place, you know, they're not like, see, like this is animated, but the one on the left here, that is actually like a real, that's animated, but the one on the bottom here, right here, that's a real picture from the actual land. So they have some really neat things in here. I'm trying to, so there's another one right there, that's a real picture. I actually went in Oga's Cantina. I wasn't 21, so I couldn't get like a drink, but I got a pretty cool, what did I get? I got some kind of, I got blue milk, that's what I got actually. I'm freaking crazy, I got that right there. I got the, I don't know what that's called, it's called something, but it was pretty good, man. Blue and green milk is awesome, really, really cool stuff. They both taste good, you know, I don't know which one I remember better. They're both good. Hondo Ohnaka, which is right here, that is a picture from the park. That is not a dude in a costume. That is a animatronic, audio animatronic of Hondo Ohnaka from the Clone Wars TV show. Something that I really freaking liked about Black Spire Outpost and Galaxy's Edge is that they didn't go the easy route. And they didn't just get you know, Finn or Obi-Wan. They got some guy from the animated show, which is cool because you don't see that a whole lot. You know, a lot of people just watch the movies and call it a day, but for people that, like me, that really get into everything canon Star Wars, it was really cool to see Hondo. Battlefront 2 Inferno Squad, which is a sequel, or a prequel to the Battlefront 2 video game. I did read this. This was really good. I really think Iden Versio is a good character. And again, it took me a while to read, but I really did enjoy it. So hopefully it should be a good read, you know, to actually kind of get into. If you like the Battlefront 2 campaign, I'd say check this out. Again, this really delves into the Inferno Squad. They're not just soldiers trying to kill people. They actually have reasons, and Mantor says here, the Rebellion has hope, the Empire has Inferno Squad. So lots of cool stuff right there. Alright guys, so here is the next book, Star Wars The High Republic, Light of the Jedi. This is the Barnes & Noble exclusive version. It came with a poster, and I don't have that poster because it ripped. But the important thing is that this is the newest style, I guess, or like type of, you know, you have the New Republic, the High Republic, the Old Republic, all that stuff. And this is the beginning. Really, this is like I think this is like the most far back Star Wars that we could even go to. You know, before Episode 1, The Phantom Menace, there were these guys. You know, the High Republic. They were really high. But yeah, it's pretty cool. So hopefully, you know, I'll read it. A lot of people were like, "Oh, it's SJW. It's stupid," but it's not. I mean, I talked to a guy that freaking read the book. He didn't spoil it, but he's like, "Yeah, it's not SJW." So all those people didn't even read it. But I'm excited to read it. There's a bunch of them. Apparently, there's 2 or 3 out now. And, you know, I got a butt ton of reading to do, but hey, it should be pretty cool. And the final novel I have before I get into the last segment of this video is Star Wars Shadowfall and Alphabet Squadron novel. This is, I believe, book 2 of the Alphabet Squadron trilogy. So again, right there, you know, this is, I think, book 2 out of 3. So pretty cool, you know, I mean, it's a book. But yeah, it should be pretty cool. So hopefully it, you know, hopefully it'll be good. So that is the end of all that. As you can see, I got a pretty good pile right there. And now we're going to move on to the final section of the Star Wars books. Alright guys, so here is the first book of the kind of like the bigger, bulkier books that I have. This is Ultimate LEGO Star Wars, Characters, Creatures, Locations, Vehicles, and Equipment. This is basically my LEGO Star Wars Bible. This thing is freaking awesome. It's huge, a lot of great stuff. Shows you all the characters, locations, vehicles in the LEGO Star Wars universe. So I'm just going to kind of put it at this kind of angle. Hopefully you guys can see that. We've got, you know, all the, oh man, that's weird, old Lego Yoda. We've got, you know, basically it just goes through all the, everything Star Wars. I mean, the Skywalker Saga, it's got, the extended universe, which is not canon. So yeah, you have like Legends, which means it's not canon. Darth Revan is canon now because of the Rise of Skywalker. So this is oh, I don't know, man. This book came out what, 2016? I think 2017, so the year of the Last Jedi. So yeah, it's pretty cool. My one thing is that it has characters from like the Freemaker Adventures, which is pretty cool. You have MOC, Nare, Rowan, Xander, Cordy, all those guys, which is really cool from the Lego Star Wars TV show. And then you have these sets, which is really cool. It shows you all the old and new sets from Lego Star Wars, which is really cool. You got Hoth. You got the Echo Base, vehicles and equipment, which is really cool. So you got the different, ships and pod racers and all that cool stuff, which is really awesome. You have the Clone Wars style content, Jedi and the Republic, the Separatists. There is a lot. The Empire, and then I think they go to. I have one of these Millennium Falcons. I built it for the channel. I think it's that one. Or it might be, yeah, it's one of those. I have the Ghost. I have a few of these, which is kind of cool. I wish I had all these, man. I freaking wish, man. There were so many Lego Star Wars sets when I was a kid that I didn't get, and even as an adult, there's a poop ton of them. It's crazy. But yeah, this is really cool. It's really fun to look through. And Ultimate Lego Star Wars is a pretty good book if you're a Lego Star Wars fan, or if you're a collector. I think it's pretty cool. All right, so here is the next book. This is the Art of Star Wars The Force Awakens, Episode 7. Pretty cool cover. This basically just shows the concept art and drawings from the kind of inception of the sequel trilogy, Star Wars Episode 7. And I think The Force Awakens is practically a perfect movie. I think the sequels are by far my favorite. They even had some stuff that wasn't even in canon that used to be like, that crazy hot red lady. I mean, I'm drawing a blanket for species, but, there's a lot of... It's funny when you look through it, there's a lot of unused material. You have Yoda with a freaking beard, you have old Luke, you got Anakin's ghost. I mean, there's a lot of concepts in this book here that didn't make it into the movie, or made it into, maybe they made it into The Last Jedi or The Rise of Skywalker, but there's a lot of concepts in here that are pretty cool. There's a lot of great stuff in here. So, again, if you're a fan of the sequel trilogy, I think it's a good book to get. I didn't read every book to book, back to back, but I mean, that was like the original Kylo Ren, which is pretty crazy. There's a lot of crazy stuff in there. They did use right here Darth Vader's charred up burnt helmet, which you see in the movie, and it's also in The Rise of Skywalker, which is pretty cool. But yeah, there's a lot of great stuff in here, and it shows a bunch of other bases. Old lightsaber designs, the Knights of Ren are in here, the different versions of the Knights of Ren. It's kind of cool. But yeah, again, good book. If you're a fan of The Force Awakens or the sequels, this is a really good book to read, and shows a lot of interesting concepts and drawings from the film. Alright guys, so the next one I have is a Game Informer magazine, which is pretty crazy, but it has Rey Skywalker, from the Force Awakens movie, because this magazine was kind of promoting Lego Star Wars The Force Awakens, the brand new Lego game, which is kind of cool. I think this is the only Game Informer magazine to actually have Lego video games on it. I don't really like Game Informer that much anymore. They treat Lego games like they're trash. They're like, oh, they all get 4s and 5s, and they're bad. They don't even choose to review half of them. So they're kind of corrupt in that way. They just kind of go, oh, it's a Lego game, pass. So they're kind of dumb. But before they were idiots, this freaking magazine was awesome, man. It just kind of they talk about the game and the demo and all that, and how you can play through The Force Awakens and the different canon adventures that kind of go through and highlight before and after before the movie. The Force Awakens was really cool. There's a picture of Han and Chewbacca and Endor. And yeah, this is from this is not the Skywalker saga. This is Lego Star Wars The Force Awakens, so don't freak out on me here. This is not new news. Hopefully we will get Lego Star Wars The Skywalker saga news very soon. I highly doubt it because they hate us for some reason, but if we do, I will be making a video on it. So, but yeah, this was kind of cool, kind of highlighting the Lego Force Awakens game. And man, that game is effing awesome. Lego Star Wars The Force Awakens is awesome. I played it on my channel. Really good game. And this was kind of cool. I brought this everywhere. That's why it looks like trash. I brought it to school. I brought it to, during study hall and all that. My buddies were comparing the magazine. I think my one buddy had a magazine of this. It was Kylo Ren. So we kind of compared the magazines. It was kind of cool. Next up, we have Star Wars The Last Jedi, the Visual Dictionary. Of course, The Last Jedi is my favorite Star Wars movie, and you guys know it's my favorite movie of all time. I think this is better than Oxygen, but I don't have the Force Awakens one. I only have The Last Jedi, and you'll see the other one in a minute here. But this is kind of a visual dictionary, of course, to The Last Jedi film. Now, I believe this book came out before the movie came out, so they didn't really, they can't say that Luke dies or Snoke dies or, any of that stuff. They can't really go into... or Akbar dies, they can't go into too much detail here, but it was kind of cool to just kind of read about it and read, just kind of the droids and different people and Amilyn Holdo and Rose and Paige, Tico and all that, and a lot of people were freaking out. They're like, in the bomb dropping scene, you know, we all know it. They're like, bombs can't drop in space, that breaks canon. Well, if you read this book, which this book is canon, it actually says that the bombs are magnetically sealed, so they, you know, it's a whole thing. They're not, Disney is not stupid, all right? They know what they're doing with Star Wars, believe it or not. But yeah, this is a really good book. I think it was really awesome. It's not my favorite. You'll get to my favorite in a minute here. That's Justin Theroux, who voiced Lord Garmadon in the Lego Ninjago movie, which is kind of cool. But yeah, pretty cool visual dictionary here for The Last Jedi. Not too big, but you'll see that the next one I show you guys is pretty bulky in size. So this is Star Wars: The Rise of Skywalker, the final movie in the Skywalker saga. One of my favorite Star Wars movies of all time. This is the visual dictionary for that movie. Of course, this did come out, I believe, before the film as well. This is where we found out Revan was canon and all these different things. A lot of great stuff. Now, this has a little bit of a foreword by Chris Terrio, one of the writers of The Rise of Skywalker. It kind of shows you a little calendar, I guess, or like different chain of events of the Star Wars universe. And this is kind of cool. It kind of shows you The Force Awakens first, so it shows you all the movie from episode 7, and then it goes into episode 8 right here, The Last Jedi. So The Last Jedi book I just showed you was a little bit kind of lacking in terms of, you know, spoilers, because it came out before, but this book came out after The Last Jedi, so they were kind of, you know, able to go to different things, which is really cool. A lot of good pictures and different kind of cross sections in there, which is really neat. Very, very cool. And then it goes into The Rise of Skywalker with Ajon Kloss and Kylo Ren and Exegol and all these different locations, which I can't wait to explore all these in the Skywalker Saga game. Should be really fun. We got Snap Wexley, Millennium Falcon, kind of going through the different areas here. We got Finn, which is really cool. Rose. Rose is one of my favorite characters in Star Wars. Pasaana, which is pretty cool. A lot of awesome stuff in there. The Hermit, which is Lando. Really cool stuff in here. Again, you know, this came out before the movie, so they couldn't really show too much in terms of spoilers, you know, but still a pretty cool book. I think it's really awesome, and it shows Janna, and yeah, the Orbaks, man, I can't wait to do that in the Skywalker Saga. But yeah, this is pretty cool. It shows you episodes 7, 8, and 9, which makes this a really good book, I think. For how much was this? $25? Yeah, I mean, it's a little for a book, but it, you know, there's a lot of crap in here. You know, just look each page, look at all the writing. You know, there's a lot to digest in these books, which is pretty cool, considering that it's actually canon. It's not just kind of, you know, fluff for writing. It's actually, it means something. Alright guys, so here we are, the penultimate book, Ultimate Star Wars New Edition, Journey to the Rise of Skywalker. So there are characters in the Rise of Skywalker, but this is basically, this is kind of worn out and old too, but this is the newest version of this, and this is basically, it is the Ultimate Star Wars. For a fan of Star Wars canon, this is like my Bible, apart from the actual Bible. You know, this is like the shite right here, you know. This is crazy. It shows you all the different events from the Skywalker Saga, Rebels, the Clone Wars, Resistance. The Mandalorian's not in here, sadly, but they need to update it. You know, that's what they need to do. They need to update for the Mandalorian, Rise of Skywalker. So hopefully they'll do that soon. They're probably waiting for a little bit more content, but this is cool, man. It shows all the characters from the prequels. You got the original trilogy, the Clone Wars, Rogue One. You have the Rebels TV show in here, which is pretty cool. Original trilogy right here. You have the sequel content, which is really awesome. Again, I read this book so many times. I knew most of it, but it's really cool to just kind of look forward. I take this everywhere, man. It's a great freaking book. It shows all the locations like Naboo. This is a really good book for me to look at too, and for you guys if you would want to buy it. It's actually a really good book. This is the best one I have. All the books I showed you, besides like the novels, this is my favorite, I think. And it's cool to look at because you're like, oh man, I wanna see what Mustafar has to offer from, you know, for Lego Star Wars, the Skywalker Saga. And of course, Mustafar is only says Clone Wars, 3, Rebels, Rogue One, because it is in the Rise of Skywalker. But again, book came out before the film. Some of the locations like Alderaan, Mandalore, Malastare, Cato Nemonia, Scipio, all that. Some of that is not going to be in the Skywalker Saga game, but a lot of this is like, I don't know, what can I find here that will be, like Yavin 4, you know, Yavin 4 is cool to get a book, oh man, you know, maybe they'll add the temple, or maybe they'll add, you know, this area, or, I don't know, you go to Endor, you know, how big is Endor going to be, so you can kind of look through this book and just kind of see different things. You can see behind the scenes, so there's George Lucas from doing the prequels, and, you know, behind the scenes to the left here, there he is. If you go to the left, There's a picture, which is kind of cool. One of the biggest strengths of the originals is that this is practical. You know, they're actually on a freaking desert. You know, a lot of the prequels is CGI, and that's because it was, you know, fairly new, but you get the point. You show different weapons, different equipment, and, you know, armor and all that. It's a great book, man. It's one of my, like I said, this is my go-to. For a massive Star Wars fan like myself, I think it's all good. You know, all Star Wars is good. This is the ultimate book for me. I can't wait for them to make a new one. It's freaking awesome. If you don't have it, please pick it up. You will not regret it. It's amazing. Okay, guys, and the final book I have for you guys in this video is The Art of Star Wars: The Mandalorian. So I already showed you The Art of The Force Awakens. I actually don't have The Art of The Last Jedi and The Rise of Skywalker. I need to get those. But my buddy gave this to me for my birthday or Christmas, and it's a great book, man. This is, of course, from The Mandalorian Season 1, so there's no Season 2 in here, but there's Moff Gideon, Mandalorian, Din Djarin, and, of course, the child. We didn't know his name was Grogu back in Season 1, but it's Grogu. And there's a lot of great stuff in here, you know, just kind of, just like the Force Awakens one, you know, it kind of details different events and different things that won't happen, that, you know, that didn't happen, and things that did happen, such as, like, concept art and blaster design and, you know, armor, the Razor Crest design. A lot of great stuff in here. I didn't read the whole thing, of course, because I'm working on that other novel now, but, you know, looking at the pictures and reading some of the articles here is really interesting, showing Greef Karga and just the effort they went through to actually, like, make practical masks, you know, like this dude right here that kind of looks like the Weequay, which is like Hondo Ohnaka. There's a lot of great stuff in there that kind of details just how much work went into the Mandalorian show, just like everything Star Wars, you know, prequels, originals, sequels, animated stuff, all this stuff requires, you know, hard work, but this is a cool book. There's Kuiil, which is pretty cool. You got the child. This is probably my favorite book, favorite part, if I can find it here. They have a lot of different unique designs for the child, for Grogu, which I actually won't be able to find because I'm filming this, but let me see here. And you got Cara Dune, big controversy with her. I'm not going to mention my opinion on that because I'll start World War III, but there's a lot of great stuff in here. I can't effing find it, man. Screw me. Of course, right? But whatever. There's a lot of stuff on Grogu, which I can't show you because you'll get bored easily, but there's a lot of, like I said, great concept art, great stuff in here. And again, showing Moff Gideon, the Reckoning, and different pictures and set designs. There's a lot of stuff, again, that goes into this book, so Jesus, very cool. And yeah, again, really awesome. So again, guys, hope you enjoyed this video of me going through all my books. And you know, this is pretty cool. Tell me in the comments which ones you have. Again, don't spoil the comments. You know, don't spoil it in the comments because I'm still reading half these books. But anyway, hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you very much for watching. All Star Wars is good. Thank you, guys, and we'll see you in the next video.
This is the way.